Well, good morning, everybody. This is DearMamaSal on a beautiful Tuesday morning. It's 16 degrees Celsius here in southern British Columbia in Canada, which would make it about 60 Fahrenheit, I guess, in those places where you measure your temperature in Fahrenheit. For those of you who don't know, DearMamaSal is all about talking about love, life, and other problems, and we all have them. And we try to have discussions about them with a little bit of wit and wisdom thrown in, just so that we can learn, just to understand what's going on with some of these issues that we face. And for those of you who might have missed it, I just put up a three-part video, 3 different videos from the weekend, where I was dealing with an overwhelmed situation which I haven't had in years. And it was, for me, pretty frightening, quite honestly, because I haven't had an overwhelm like that for quite a while. So, just to let you know, none of us is beyond that. And quite honestly, self-inflicted. You know, when I actually processed it through, which is what I decided to do, I've been talking about it to the broadcast peeps, and they really asked me, you know, would I put up exactly what happened so they could sort of relate to it, which I'm pleased to say a lot of people have. And also, you know, what I did to get through it. So there we go. I'm feeling a lot better. I didn't get to work yesterday. I was still feeling very wonky, would be the word, yesterday. And I'm aware of the fact that I am still trying to catch up sleep. And it really is one of those things where my body, I think, has just had enough of working. It definitely needs me to look after it a little bit better than I'm doing. And to give you some sort of idea, you know, on each of the days that I was off, I sort of woke up, had the alarm time, and realized I didn't have to react to that, and turned over and literally went back to sleep for another 4 hours on all the days. And then yesterday, when I tried to get up to go to work, I really was just too exhausted. And I again turned the alarm off and made the call to work to say I wouldn't be there. And again, didn't wake up for another 4 hours. So that tells me that I'm pretty tired. Now, I've got a couple of weeks less than before I get to go off to VidCon, and that's going to be both very exciting and tiring, no doubt about that. And so I'm definitely going to have to work at pacing myself a little better when I go there. I'm just looking at the construction here. You know, I don't know who it was that came up with coloured cement to make brick looking like cement for the centre medians, but I'm really thankful to whoever it was that decided to put some colour in it and make it look like brick and then stamp it, because it definitely does look a whole lot better than solid amounts of concrete everywhere. So I guess I've only got about 51, 52 days to go before I retire. And I'm pretty sure that some of the emotional reactions that I'm having are linked to that. Yeah, it's a huge shift in my life. and one that I really do value. But who knows what it's doing, at the back of my mind. I can imagine Jones, my librarian, in my head. I send scurrying for things every now and then. He's like me, he's getting a bit old. He takes longer to find bits of information that I want. But I think even Jones up there trying to sort of sort everything out got really overwhelmed with what I was up to, trying to learn new stuff. So the trick is, pacing will be very important in the coming weeks. I just need to give myself a little bit more pacing. I really must say that I was very, very aware this weekend that friendship is a really important part of making this transition. I am very grateful for the fact that Yvonne has a lot of experience in this, watching her father go through it. And her father is, about 15 years on from me, but he's been through all of this, and he's been through all the stages, so she definitely knows a lot of what's about to hit me. And I think that's very valuable indeed. And of course the big joke is everybody thinks I'm going to be bored. Yeah, right. So I'm hoping that you all gain something from the videos on the overwhelm. And the reason I wanted to do it in 3 bits was because they really were 3 distinct parts of it. What caused it, what it felt like when I was in it, and then the healing of it, the recovery. And I think, quite honestly, that it may take me a couple of days just to get my mind functioning fully again. Well, as fully as it's ever going to function. So I'd be really interested, for those of you who did watch it, to let me know how you see that, how your experience has been in that sort of situation. And I'm sure we've got lots of things to share, so part of what the value is of doing something like Dear Mama Sal is everybody gets to have their story. We talked a little bit about it, by the way, during the broadcasts. For those of you who don't know, we do 3 broadcasts every week, or most weeks anyway. And it's interesting because we get to talk about that. For example, we had a couple of people with health issues this week. One person whose blood sugar went out of control, another person who is, was really an overwhelm about the fact they had to go to their doctor to discuss an MRI, a close MRI, one of those very close ones, when they have claustrophobia. You can imagine how overwhelmed they were with that idea. And then we had another broadcast member who was going for a first day of a new job. So all stressful things that can create overwhelm if we're not careful. And right in the middle of it, I did the same thing. One of the joys of being Dear Mama Sal and having the group of people that we do helping one another, I think one of the joys of that is that we all go through the stuff and we can all see that it's just, somebody's turn this week. Now, the interesting thing is, as you guys will know, is I've also been trying to learn new things. And we've got a group of people on that platform as well, the course that I signed up for, where they're also helping one another. And for example, I really I'm aware that I've got at least one viewer. He really likes it when I put up long videos because it helps him in his eating breakfast in the morning. And I've got at least another one or two I know because they've told me about it, that actually like the longer ones because they go to sleep watching them. So what I found interesting was that was really in my mind when during the training, one of the things that they kept saying is, wherever you can, shorten the video. Because, that will help your retention level and it will, help your percentages and so forth. Well, it was really funny because I understand the principle of that. I totally understand the principle of that. But my concern was, what am I going to do about those people who I know need the longer videos? Now, I know everybody else would just say, their problem. But, I care about those people. So then what I realized was there was a way to do this. I could actually do both things at the same time. And I hope those of you who wanted the longer video appreciated the fact I took the extra time to put the 3 videos into a playlist and then link them so that they would play, sequentially for you. Oh, Lordy. And I understand that there are people in this group of mine that just rolling their eyes at me like, why would you do that? and those of you who know me know that's because that's what I do. So my next question to you all is, when I retire, I'm presuming that you all still want me to carry on doing these life lesson type talks, even though I won't be necessarily driving. Mind you, I may need to get in the car every day just so that I can think, right? I'm so used to doing that now. But I'm presuming that you would like me to continue those sort of this is my life type vlogs. So give me some feedback on that. And then for those of you who enjoy the other types of vlogs, we're talking about my experiments with food, not to be called cooking, but my experiments with food. And for those of you who enjoy the tips of the day type stuff, I'm really trying to get an idea of where I should spend my time and what you would like to see me do. And I think I want to try and get sort of a little bit of balance because I'll be able to plan it better. And when I say plan it better, but I'll actually, be able to have a look at, what gizmos caught my attention and why I like them. I also wondered whether you would like me to talk about, for example, I've got a range of pots and pans that I bought probably 5 years ago, and I bought, I'm not one of those people. Everybody said to me, oh, they're so nice, they're really nice. You don't want to throw those in the dishwasher. Well, in my life, 2 things. If clothes can't go in the washing machine, I probably am not going to have them around very long. And if my tools in the kitchen can't go in the dishwasher, they're probably not going to be around very long either. So I just want to tell you something, that I was looking at it the other day, and I thought, gosh, these pots I've had for a good 5 years, and they've done nothing but go into the dishwasher with all the harsh powders and everything else, and they still look wonderful. Everybody says, oh, you don't want to put them in the dishwasher because, and all those reasons, and I'm fine. But I have. And I was wondering whether you guys would like to know more about those sort of things in my life as well. If so, definitely let me know. All right, everybody, so let us carry on with life, and let us remember that really life is a roller coaster. And we will have some really great days, and we'll have some days in between that just really suck big time. And I had some difficult days this weekend, but I'm also aware, and part of me is aware, that I'm going to probably hit a little bit of judgment when I go to work today, because nobody really understands what's happening emotionally. And I have to learn to be really strong about that and just let it not affect me anymore. And if any of you are listening who have retired from a job, you probably know what I'm talking about. If people, when you're getting this close to retirement, people sort of are on a really fine fence. They haven't quite written you out of the company, but they have. Or in my case, they're a little panicky on certain areas, and I can't control that. I'm hoping that they find somebody to replace me pretty soon, because if I don't start training somebody, they're going to be having bigger problems. Anyway, we'll see. All right, everybody, so have a great day. I guess the word of the day would be roller coaster. And it really is an emotional roller coaster that I'm going to be going through. And I am obviously going to need to get more rest and get more of the good things going. Get out and walk, just to keep my body at peace. On that very positive note, this is DearMamaSal saying thank you for taking this journey with me, and bye-bye for now.